What's good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? JDaisy here with the JDaisy Gaming Channel. Here, being productive and being on time with 911 Operator. This game just hit Steam this last week. Picked it up for currently on a 20% sale, so it's normally $14.99. Right now, it's $11.99. Just kind of picked it up on a whim. It looked interesting. It was on like the top seller list, so we picked it up, and I really enjoy it. It is pretty much, as the title already says, you are a 911 operator. It's one of those games that the concept is really simple. Kind of like Mini Metro, you just gotta send things to where they need to go. So in this game, it's like, oh, you just need to send the cops where the cops need to go, and the firefighters where the firefighters need to go. But it gets a whole lot more complicated once you get into it. Because it kind of plays on an emotional level, right? Because how can you have this kind of game without an emotional level of like, hey, you know, you'll get a phone call and it'll be like, oh no, my husband's breaking into the house, he has a gun, what do I need to do? And you're like, hide, I suppose. Don't, or lock, like it'll be like, hide, lock the door, and she'll be like, I found a gun, do I shoot him? It's like, well, I'd shoot him, but a 911 operator probably wouldn't tell you to do that. And it really plays on an emotional level, and just everything feels so real. As far as gameplay goes, it gets kind of bland, because it is kind of the same thing over and over and over, like, hey, you just need to send people here. But that doesn't get to you. I mean, everything feels so emotional, and I know I keep saying that, but like, okay, a building's on fire, okay, you send the fire department over there. Okay, now there's been a car accident, now you need firefighters back over there. Okay, well, I got 2 fire trucks, I'll send another one over there. Oh shit, there's a gun battle at a gas station, blew up the whole gas station. So, well, now you gotta send firefighters over there, but I got all my firefighters that are already used, and I don't have enough cops. That's when it gets really stressful, and I think that's when this game really shines. Is when there's just so much going on, you have no idea what to do. Where do I don't have anyone I can send. I got hurry up. So it really is kind of stressful, I'm not gonna lie. I played for about an hour, 2 hours. Just did the tutorial and then did the career mode, and I'm not sure how much the career mode pretty much just means. So all your people can either, from the best I can see, can either die or just get fatigued and quit. So you start off the game with 3 police, 2 or 3 ambulances, I think 3, and then 2 fire trucks. And they all, when you start off the game, everyone's kind of in there. The cop cars are doing the patrol, the fire trucks are in the fire station, the ambulances are in the hospital. And everything kind of starts off slow, and you get a call like, hey, there's a party going on, so you send a cop over. Hey, there's been a robbery, you send another cop over. Oh my god, there's an 18-car pileup on the 409. Okay, so you send a cop and a fire truck and an ambulance. Okay, it's getting a little more intense. Then you get a phone call, and the phone calls go kind of like a 911 operator call goes. You know, 911 went to your emergency, and the person will go, yeah, I got my cat stuck in a tree. Well, now you got to decide, do I send a valuable fire truck over there? Well, it's early in the night, I'll send the fire truck. No, nothing else is going on. So you send the fire truck, and while he's over there, the entire warehouse district starts on fire. Oh, shit, now you got to move. Or you'll get phone calls like you'll get in the middle of the night and everything's rushing and you're trying to, you know, put out 18 different fires, pun intended, and you'll get a phone call of, well, there's a car parked illegally outside. Sir, I can't deal with that right now. And you have both cash and reputation. I don't know how I feel about the cash, but the cash you just get from, like, when the cops go to a party and they bust up a party. It costs like bail money to get those people out. So you get a little money there, and that's how you buy new vehicles, better equipment, more people, more teams, stuff like that. So it has a purpose. And then you have reputation. I haven't quite figured out what the reputation's used for, other than a gauge of how you did in the public's eye. And that is more of like a trying to challenge you to do better. So, you know, if you just ignore every call that comes in, I imagine that's possible. Me, I have medical training. I have first aid medical training. I can't ignore a call. You know, it's not in my nature. I went to school for criminal justice. It's not in my nature to help my daughter's breaking everything. I can't control her. I'm afraid she's going to hurt me or herself. It's not in my nature to not at least send someone to go investigate. Well, now that cop is being towed up on a totally minor thing when there's something major going on. So for me anyways, you get spread very thin. There are a few times where a call would come in, like the illegally parked cars, and I'd be like, yeah, you gotta take care of that in the morning, call City Hall or whatever. But yeah, like I was saying, one of the calls I got was, my daughter is freaking out, she's breaking all this stuff, I'm really worried she's gonna hurt herself or me. Well, what do you do in that situation? It's not the 911's job to handle domestic disputes of you being a bad mother. But if you say, now my daughter is breaking stuff and she's going to cut herself with the glass, now it is our job. And like I was saying about the reputation, if you ignore calls, you get a reputation. It drops your reputation a little bit, and at the end of the mission, you get the end of your shift. Well, I don't know why they didn't call it like watch or end of duty. Like they call it like end of your shift or something. Maybe it is duty. It was always weird the way they worded it. Anywho, you get like a rundown of how many people you arrested and how many cars you did and how much money you made. And it really is a fun game. It's one, and for the price of the game, get it. Especially now, if you can get it worth $11.99, I think you'll get at least 4, 5, 6 hours out of this, of just stressful, And it does say at the beginning to play with headphones, and you'll notice that there is actually audio for this one. I put in, hopefully it's not too loud, audio for this video, because it does really affect you more if you're like me. When I play video games anymore, I have YouTube or Netflix up on my big screen. I've been playing the game, focusing on that, but I like having background noise. Video game audio, it's easier for me to record without it, so I just watch a movie and play a game. This one I was like, okay, I kind of have an emotional tie to this. I have my training, I went to school for this kind of stuff. I'll listen to you, I'll put it on headphones, and it really does add that next level when you're listening intent. Like, that's all you can focus on is this phone call of, my husband's in the house and he's drunk and he's freaking out and he's gonna kill me. Okay, and you got like everyone's just spread out. You have no one to send. Heck, one time there was a building on fire, and I just sent the police because they were the only thing I had. It's like, go there. So just somebody go be at that spot. So it gets really stressful, and I imagine the more you play the career mode, the harder things get, and you're supposed to get better equipment and stuff. At the end of this video, I had just everyone. I had all my cop cars, all 3 of them, originally started off with partners. It was a 2-car part system other than a van. Each one of those was down to 1 person because I lost people. There was several times that a gun would be pulled at a simple, like, oh, there's some people fighting out in my lawn. Well, do you see a weapon? No, I don't see a weapon. So you just send 1 patrol car, and the patrol car gets there. Next thing you know, help, we're under fire, help, we're under fire. Well, all your other cops are out doing other things. They're on the other side of the city, and you lose 1. And it's a video game, but that's real life. That's what I think this game does really well. This is happening on the daily. And when I was in school, we talked not a whole lot, but a little bit about how hard it is to be on this side, the 911 operator side, because you never know what happens. Somebody called and says, "Help! I've been in a car accident. I can't feel my leg." So you send everyone, you get people out there and you do that, and eventually they hang up. Now you're just left in no man's land. What happened? Did they bleed out? They die? Are they okay? Did they have a kid in the car? Was there another person that had a kid in the car? You don't ever find out unless you talk to the people that were there. So it's really lonely being on the operator side. I just know from what I have in my personal experience, and to be able to play a game that kind of, it doesn't put you in those shoes. Nothing could ever put you in those people's shoes, but this does put you a little bit in that mindset of, holy shit, what do you do when all hell breaks loose and you got no one you can send? There was one point in time where a person said, "Oh, my house is on fire." Okay, fire department's on the way, and before I could ask them where it is, they hung up. Okay, now all I have is a house is on fire. It started in the bedroom. There's people there. I have nowhere. So you have to wait like the 60 seconds or whatever for them to triangulate the call, and you're just sitting there going, I got a fire truck on standby. Where do I need to send it? And you're just stuck. And that's what this game does really well. Is it's very emotionally taxing. Um, not you're not gonna walk away from this just dead, but do go into it with respect. I mean, I don't know how else to say that other than be prepared. I highly recommend this game. I really do. It's a simple game. It's a very inexpensive game for what you're getting out of it. Um, but go into it knowing that people do this every day. This is their day job. I go out and I deliver mail. That's my day job. Worst thing that happens is I get a paper cut. Okay, there's a few more worst things. But you get what I'm saying? If you build countertops all day, the worst thing you're going to do is your saw will break. You're out money. Their job is they go in every day and somebody could die. You could be the reason they died. And I'm not going to get into my own personal stories revolving around that, but that's a hard pill to swallow. To have that on your conscience and have to be able to live with that. And it was too much for me. I gave it my damnedest, but it's a hard thing to wrap your head around when you do everything physically in your power and it fails. And sorry this is getting a little deep for a video game review, but what I'm trying to say is go into this knowing and walk away with this knowing this is what people do all day long. This is their 9 to 5 or 5 to 9 because it's normally the late shift and you work overnight when all the crazy shit goes on. I highly recommend this game, but I'm a little biased because I would have loved it. It's probably graphically, pretty much you're just staring at a map and phone calls. Everything's crisp and clean though. Everything is great. Sound quality, highly recommend using a headphone or surround sound, and focus on it. Don't have anything else going on while you play this. Other caveat: go into it with the right mindset, and it's not gonna ever show you what these people go through on a daily, or the people responding, firefighters and police and ambulances, EMTs, brothers. We're all with you. But it can at least give you a little humbling moment. And I really hope that's what the developers were going for, because if they did, you guys hit it out of the frickin' park, guys. But yeah, I think we've gone heavy enough for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment down in the comment box. Subscribe. Always trying to grow this channel. Hit me up on any of the social medias if you want to talk. Always open. Or comment section. I read every single one. As always, guys, we're all in this together. Have a great one.